Are Portland's buyer demand and prices still bucking higher interest rates? It's time to take a look at the very latest of our local real estate stats and trends. Hi everyone, RRMilligan here, and as always, I'm bringing you the very latest in Portland Metro's local real estate stats and trends. My sample includes the full Portland metro area plus Southwest Washington. As always, all real estate is local, so if you have any questions about what's going on in a specific area or on a specific segment of the market, just drop me a line or post your question in the comment section right here. With that out of the way, let's jump into the statistics. First up is the average sale price. The average sale price came in pretty strong this week. Compared to the previous week, it was up by about 5%, and compared to the same week last year, it was up by about 5.5%. We're still at the tail end of those contracts that were agreed to back when we had the lowest interest rates in more than 3 years. So we could start to see sale prices soften over the next few weeks. Looking at the bigger picture, the average sale price so far in March is sitting about 3.6% higher than the same time frame last year. But that is still a preliminary number. We still need to give agents a few more days to put their sales in the MLS, aka the Realtor marketplace and the primary source for pretty much all the listings that you see out there on the internet. Next up are supply and demand. Demand continues to buck the higher mortgage rates that we've been experiencing over the last 4 weeks. The number of real estate purchase contracts agreed to by buyers and sellers this past week came in at 664. You can see in this chart that that's right where we've been pretty much over the past 4 weeks. That being said, that number is once again higher than the 634 new purchase contracts agreed to last year at this time. That's now the 10th straight week that the 2026 demand has outpaced 2025. Those 664 new purchase contracts also outpaced the 550 homes that hit the market during that very same week, which brings us to the supply side of the equation. The difference in the number of homes that buyers have to choose from this year compared to last year increased from about 9.5% to about 10.2%. And we're continuing to see slightly more homes coming to the market than in 2025. So supply is still moving up, but at a very slow pace. Now on to mortgage rates. It looks like the bond market, and as a result, mortgage rates might be responding less to the rapid fire headlines that we've been experiencing over the past few weeks, and are starting to respond more to the actual market conditions like inflation reports, jobs reports, the Fed, and so on. And that may be bringing a little more stability to the mortgage market. Mortgage rates improved by about 1/4 point from the previous week's high, which was a high for 2026. On Thursday morning, I saw a local lender advertising the 30-year fixed mortgage at about 6.125%. That's with just less than 1/2 point and an APR of 6.216%. With the financial markets closed for Good Friday, I'm not sure that we'll see much change before the weekend, but if there is one, I will post a note in the comment section right here. We haven't talked too much about bank-owned and pre-foreclosure properties on the market over the past couple of weeks. Even though we have more distressed properties on the market compared to last year, I've noticed that the numbers seem to be starting to recede a bit. I also haven't been seeing much change in the notices of default for the last couple of weeks. If anything, I think the numbers might be shrinking a bit. That notice of default is the lender's first step in the foreclosure process, so the fewer we see of those, the better. For context, we're talking about 177 bank-owned and pre-foreclosure homes for sale right now, out of almost 9,400 active and contract pending homes currently on our market. So to summarize the big trends that we're watching this week, sale prices are up and still outpacing last year. Supply continues to inch up. Buyer demand is pretty much flat in our weekly numbers, but is outpacing last year's demand, and mortgage rates are down about 1/4 point. Thank you so much for joining me for this week's video. I hope that you got something useful or informative out of the report. As always, I would love a like and a follow if you haven't already. Enjoy that beautiful weather that is headed our way this weekend, and I will see you right here next week.